Welcome back to another episode of MotoGP Mac, and today we're going to talk about the fiasco that is going on over the Sepang Shakedown test that starts on the 5th of February. Now, things have changed again overnight from what Dorna released on Wednesday. It seems that they're starting to reverse the decision. However, we're going to explain exactly what has been happening. On Wednesday, Dorna received a letter from the teams and manufacturers saying that they wanted what was called a closed test. And a closed test means that there will be no fans in attendance, no reporters in attendance, and the teams can get on with their work in a private, concealed manner. And the reason that they wanted to do this was they wanted to keep what they're working on very much secret until they had to show their hands. And I would agree with this 110%. However, I do also know that the teams are probably the biggest spies within the whole pit lane. You know, you have engineers looking at bikes, and we've always seen people taking pictures of Marc Marquez rolling out of his garage, or Yamaha staring into the KTM garage even when the shutters are up, trying to get an understanding of what they're doing or what they're working at. Yes, I will agree that teams do hire photographers to take really high quality pictures of bikes when they're on the circuit, so that they can see and understand in great detail the aerodynamics or what they're working on. But saying that, you know, with the main riders test happening a couple of days after the shakedown test, I don't really see what the point of trying to keep it secret for an extra time later. Also, if there is no journalists there or fans there, how do we as fans know what is going on in the sport that we love so much? Dorna is struggling, and MotoGP is struggling to keep its fans engaged, keep the numbers up, keep attendance up on tracks, and the first thing that they do after a sleepy hiatus of MotoGP action is ban people from attending the circuit. And I think that's a really, really poor decision, and I think the feedback definitely gave a shock to the system within the whole MotoGP fraternity. And overnight there was a discussion, and Dorna received this morning, Thursday, a letter from 5 manufacturers agreeing that they would leave the media into the circuit but not into the pit lane, which I understand, and look, I implore that they're starting to do it, because as a fan of MotoGP, I do want to know what's going on in the first test. I do want to know, even if it is just test riders and rookies, I do want to know how they got on. I'm very passionate about the sport. I want to see, is there any new designs of bike, even to know who is actually riding the bikes. So for me, it's really important that Dorna allowed or pushed back to give the fans the access to this. My understanding, the shakedown test and the official tests were supposed to be streamed on the app, so I don't know exactly what is going to happen, but I definitely urge Dorna to start pushing even more, because fan access is probably the most important thing for everyone. Yes, teams have multi-million-dollar backings and this, that and the other, but if there's no one there to look at the sponsors and the side of their bike, they don't have a team. And if there's no fans, they don't have a sport. Let's be fair. So I think it's pretty farcical, you know, a couple of days before the test, all of these things are coming shaken down. As I said, even with the sprint race bonuses, you know, there is so much miscommunication between the teams and Dorna. I fully 100% get, though, that the teams want to protect their IP, but Dorna, as the promoter, has also a duty to make sure that the fans are engaged in the sport and the platform, and allowing fans and reporters who give the news to the fans, let's just call it that way, being shut out is definitely not good for the sport. Hopefully they can sort this out and that the fans and journalists have full access on all tests so that they can let us know what is happening, send us pictures of the new bikes so we can have a see and have a look at the bikes or the teams that we are all interested in or fans of. And if they don't, then I think it's a definite bad sign for MotoGP and Dorna as promoters if they don't do it. But I would definitely love to know your thoughts, what you think of this whole situation. Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.